let us make it clear here that we're speaking in the context of the Bhagavad-gita. For the living entity, for you, in other words, for the spirit soul, there is never birth nor death. That the living entity never ceases to exist. The living entity is unborn, eternal, ever-existing, undying, primeval. You, the living entity, are not slain when the body is slain. So when we talk about dying, we're talking about the person you love leaving their body. So the person you love leaves their body, they're gone, and you're stuck there with their body. Okay? Thanks. You see? This is really rough. You should meditate upon suffering. This is a positive thinking class we got going here. You should meditate upon the suffering of death. Go to some funerals. Go watch these people crying over their loved ones' bodies. And you'll learn how much suffering is there by placing your attachment upon the illusory, the temporary. You didn't love that form, you loved the person who was in that form. And when the person left that body behind, you're now stuck not knowing what to do because the person you loved is gone forever. Forever. You don't know where they went, what's happening. Huh? So, to fall in love with the temporary names and forms of this world is simply foolishness. Because ultimately, you will have to leave your body, and they will be clinging onto your body as you leave it, saying, "Don't leave," and of course you can't do anything about it. I mean, there's nothing worse for a person who has to leave their body than the person that is attached to them, holding on to their body, and they say, "Don't go, don't leave me like this." And the poor guy, of course, he can't not go. He just, his heart fell. His lungs burst. His body ain't working no more. See? He's got to go. And then you're sitting there telling him, "Please don't go." That person's got a bad experience too. He's can't do anything about it. He's watching you suffer, and he's suffering from the separation, the attachment, and he's crying also. When the person's leaving their body like that, they're crying. You don't see their tears because they're not hooked up to the body anymore. But they're crying and crying for your form. And you're crying and crying for them. This is material life. The solution to overcome this predicament is first to understand your real identity, who you are. You are not matter. You're not the material body. You are the spirit soul, the living entity within the material body. And you were using this body, and someday or another, somewhere along the line, you're going to have to leave this body behind. You are, in essence, spirit, life force. You're not matter. You are, in fact, a spark of the Supreme Spirit, the Supreme Soul. Your essence is spirit, and your position is you are the dominated spark, the dominated part and parcel of God. Your natural function, therefore, is to engage in the loving service of the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Person. So whenever you forget this fact, whenever you forget your real identity, that you are in fact the spirit soul, part and parcel of God, and that your function, your natural activity, your natural function is to be loving Him and serving Him out of your love for Him, engaging in His loving service. When you forget this, then you suffer.